Morning everyone, how are we doing?
Good.
Good, awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to pass these brochures around. Feel free to take one and just keep passing it back along the bus, okay? There you go, guys.
Thank you.
Hello, can anyone hear me?
No.
Is it working? No?
No.
Testing, testing. Hello. Still no?
Nah, mate.
No. Oh, there we go. Hello.
Whoa!
Yeah, there we go. Awesome, guys. Well, is everyone excited for Hobbiton today? And more specifically this morning, everyone had their coffee? No? Okay, guys, well, my name is Michael. I'll be your tour guide for today. Okay, now, I'm sure some of you will be able to recognise my accent. Can anyone tell what it is?
Irish.
No, Scottish actually. Common mistake, don't worry. But guys, I'm from Glasgow, okay, so I've not got the nice movie Scottish accent. I've got the accent I have to work on for a long time so people over here can actually understand me. Okay, so when we're going around the tour today, if there's something you don't understand that I've said, or if I say something too quickly, all you need to do is ask and I'll do my best to repeat myself. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. Good stuff. Okay, so can I see a show of hands who here has all seen the Lord of the Rings films? Wow. Okay. Can I see a show of hands who's here seen all the Hobbit films? Oh wow. Good few of you. Okay. Well, for those of you who haven't, don't worry. Approximately 40% of our tour groups haven't even heard of Lord of the Rings. They basically turn up here for two reasons. One, to make people back home jealous, and another because they've been dragged along by a fan. So if you're one of the two, don't worry, you're still going to have a great day today. Okay? Now, I'm sure you're looking about all the lovely green countryside and you recognise it already. It definitely does look like Hobbiton, doesn't it? Yeah, well, there's a story in Peter Jackson, who's the director of the Lord of the Rings films, for those of you who don't know, was travelling through this region when he was 18. He just reread The Hobbit, and he was looking out across all the kind of lush, gently rolling hillside and thought this would be the perfect place for someone to shoot The Lord of the Rings. And eerily, several decades later, he returns and does exactly that. Now this area is called the Waikato region. It's one of New Zealand's biggest kind of areas for farmland. As you can see, the Alexander family, who own all of this land, they have a 1,250 acre sheep and beef farm. Very, very big, okay? Might not sound that big, but the common New Zealand farm is about 300 acres. So they have all the land you can see currently belongs to them. We have about 13,000 sheep and somewhere between 300 and 500 Angus beef cattle. So you're going to see a lot of wildlife here today. Maybe not that much variety, but quite a lot. Oop. Okay, sorry guys, just lost my balance there. But yes, so the road we are now travelling down, this was built by the New Zealand Army. When Peter Jackson first got sponsored by New Line Cinema Production from Los Angeles, they decided to make the Lord of the Rings. He didn't initially get a very large budget. There wasn't a lot of sponsorship for Lord of the Rings because it was such a huge task. However, when he came back, he decided to film in New Zealand, save a bit of money. And when he came back, he asked Helen Clark, who was the Prime Minister at the time, if she would be happy for him, she'd be happy to lend him some money, and that way he could up the budget and make the film a whole lot better. Now, unfortunately, she couldn't give him the money. There was none in the budget. But what she did was, the very next day, she was a very clever woman. She decided to send the help of the New Zealand Army. Okay, clearly hadn't been doing much recently, but they sent them and they helped Peter Jackson and the crew over the almost a year-long shoot, over 158 locations all across New Zealand, and they even built this very road we're travelling on. It's 1.5 kilometres. It was just gravel before, and since Peter Jackson and his team needed to get hundreds of vehicles in and out every week, they decided to build this road. So that's what we're travelling down right now. Okay, now, did anyone spot the house opposite the Shire's Rest a little while ago? Quite a big house. Well, for those of you who didn't, that is the Alexander homestead. That is the Alexander family who own this entire place. Now in 1998, Peter Jackson and his team arrived here. A location scout had been flying overhead in a helicopter looking for the perfect location, and he'd found three key factors which he needed. They were all described as landmarks in Hobbiton in the book. He needed these, he found these, and I'll point them out to you a bit later when we're coming around the corner. But they thought this was going to be the ideal location. Unfortunately, when they brought up their contracts and came to pitch the Alexanders the idea, the Alexanders hadn't heard of Lord of the Rings. They hadn't heard of the books, and they had absolutely no idea what they meant. So if it hadn't been for the younger brother Russell, the youngest son, if he hadn't kicked his father Ian Alexander under the table as he claims, none of us would be on the way down there today. Okay, now guys, if you take a look out on your right, you're going to get your first glimpse of Hobbiton. Okay, you'll see an oak-pulled barrel, you'll see the mill house, the double-arched stone bridge, which was also built by the New Zealand Army, and you'll see some chimney smoke coming from the Green Dragon pub. Okay, and that is where our final stop will be today, and I'll be taking you to go and get a drink.
Yay.
I said I'll be taking to get you all a drink.
Yay.
Right guys, you got to applaud faster, okay, or I'm going to lose interest. Okay, now, really nice view. As we're coming over the hill here, you're going to spot on the right hand side a big kind of car park, a lot of small, looks like small airplane hangars. This area here during the filming of The Lord of the Rings was known as the Technical Car Park. Okay, this is where Jackson kept all of his, all of the tools, all the generators, the camera equipment, everything else, all of the vans, caravans. We now use it for our maintenance, and it's our maintenance and gardeners who reside here and help keep Hobbiton so well preserved. Now, over here on the left, you will spot a narrow strip of green land. This here was called the Animal Kingdom during filming, and this is where they kept 29 different species of animals. They had everything from massive Clydesdale horses down to rats and mice, a big fat pig called Leroy, an American bald eagle, and even apparently there's a rooster called Michael Jackson, which could moonwalk. Don't know if that's true, but yeah, this is where they resided. Now, you'll see on the left here, there's a massive big patch of land that's kind of widened out and flattened. This here was base camp. It used to be a hill, but the army helped dig all this out so Jackson could bring in all of the cast caravans to reside in, all the makeup trucks, and of course a massive marquee for feeding everyone, which could get 500 people in one sitting and made sure everyone had plenty of gourmet meals every day. So if you turned up here, you didn't leave very skinny at all. They had a great time. Now, for those of you who've seen The Lord of the Rings, if you look out here onto the left, into this little gully, you'll notice a hill up there with a bunch of pine trees crested on the top of it. This here is the hill which Frodo first surprises Gandalf at the start of the Fellowship of the Ring, when he pulls up in the horse and cart. Does everyone remember that scene? The wizard is never late. I'm sorry I did that, guys, I'm terribly sorry. Ruined the tour already. I'll stop doing impressions today. But that is that hill there, and it's right next to where Hobbiton was shot. A lot of the scenes in Hobbiton are shot very close near to the 12-acre site we're going to see today, including the scene where there's a beautiful sunset strip as Gandalf and Frodo and Sam are walking in silhouettes across the sun. Okay, so you might point that out to you a little bit later on today. But are we all excited?
Oh yes.
Are you tired of listening to me?
No.
No, well you should be, okay, but don't worry because I'll get to be with you for the next 2 hours so you don't get away that easy. Okay, now guys, we're just going to pull over here on the right and we can get off the bus. There's a toilet if anyone needs to use it. We'll be here for about 2 minutes. I'll run through some safety tips and then we'll head on into Hobbiton and get started. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone understands me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, liars.